Hey y'all, it's Care. Let's talk about my July TBR. Hey guys, it's us from the future. I completely forget to mention in this TBR video that I also plan on reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett this month. I really enjoyed The Mothers by Britt Bennett earlier this year, and The Vanishing Half is going to be the Page Turner Book Club pick for the month of July. The Vanishing Half is about these two... Bless you. The Vanishing Half is about these two fraternal twin sisters who grow up in a black community. They are black twin sisters, but one is white passing. So I think that they both run away from their small town when they're 16 years old, and one ends up moving back to the town that she had tried to get out of. One does not, and in the current day passes as a white woman, and her family, I don't even think her family knows that she is black. So eventually each of the twins' daughters cross paths. So I think it's gonna be multi-generational. I think it's gonna be hard-hitting, and I'm really excited to read it this month. I completely forgot to mention it because I don't have a copy of this yet. I'm gonna have to get it on my Kindle, and yeah, I just went through the stack of books that I had and it completely left my mind. So anyway, back to the video. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First is Consider This by Chuck Palahniuk. Chuck Palahniuk has written some of my favorite books of all time. He is the author of Fight Club, Invisible Monsters, Choke, things like that. I have already read like chapter 1 of this book a few months ago and I absolutely loved it. Palahniuk has a very breakneck pace when it comes to writing, and he just writes these crazy stories, and somehow for me it really works, even though they're just some of the wildest rides I've ever been on. So I really enjoy learning about his advice and kind of his story of how he was not very successful when he first started. Like, even after Fight Club was published, he did not become a famous writer. It took a while. It really took until the movie came out for it to start gaining some traction. I think he's super talented. I think this is really fun, and it's actually a really short book, so I don't think I'm gonna have any problems getting through this one this month. Next is American Kingpin by Nick Bilton. This is a crazy story. I do already know what this book is about. I know this true crime story, but it's about this man named Ross Albright who started a website called The Silk Road. This was a trading center on the dark web before it was taken down eventually, and anything could be traded on this site. Like, people were trading drugs for taking hits out on people, like things like that, and it was absolutely insane. Albright was actually really smart, and his demise is really interesting to like learn about, kind of how he was brought down eventually. And yeah, excited for this one. And then also one that's been on my TBR for much longer, it's Who Killed These Girls by Beverly Lowry. This is a really heartbreaking story. It's all about the Austin yogurt shop murders. This is another one where I read the first chapter a long time ago, and then I actually listened to a podcast about this case, and then after I knew what happened, I lost a little bit of interest just because it's such a sad story. But then I realized it's been sitting on my TBR for so long, and I'm really in like a true crime mood right now, so I think it's the perfect time to pick it back up. Moving on to the thrillers. I've decided to go with 2 thrillers that are written by authors that I already know that I like. Lenny, stop. One is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I really loved Lock Every Door by Sager, and I also enjoyed Final Girls. Home Before Dark just came out, and before I ordered that, I've told myself I need to actually read The Last Time I Lied. I did start this last year, but then it was in the winter, and this kind of takes place partially at a summer camp, and I thought I'm gonna put this down for now, pick it back up next summer. Here we are. This follows a woman who used to work at a summer camp, and when she used to work there, some girls went missing from the camp. So I think that it shifts in the timeline between this woman in the present day and then like what used to happen at the camp. I'm pretty sure that's right. I know I'm gonna love it. I really think that this is gonna be a strong contender for my favorite book of the month. And then, where's my other one? Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. This is YA. I'm 99% sure this is YA. This is the same author as Night Film, which I feel like I can't go a video without mentioning, but if you've not read Night Film, check out Night Film. This book is about a group of high school friends who reconvenes after spending a few years apart. One of the kids from their friendship group in high school died. And so now they've all met together in this remote location for like reliving the good old days. This is the strangest description I've ever given. But basically at some point in the night, as some like secrets are coming to light, they get a knock at the door, and it's this mysterious man, and he tells them that all of time has stopped and that the only way to like get time going again is to do these tasks. All the inside flap says is that they're gonna have to make some tough decisions. This kind of reminds me of that movie Would You Rather. Have y'all seen that? It wasn't good, but like the plot was pretty solid. I just think it was executed kind of weird. I don't know. Anyway, excited for this one. It's pretty short too. Next is the sci-fi Tell the Machine Goodnight by Katie Williams. I thrifted this a long time ago, honestly, just because of the cover. I think it's so beautiful, and I love the little short hardback books. I think they're so cute, especially when, like, after I read them and I put them on my bookshelf. But this is about a woman who works for this company that can prescribe people happinesses. From what it sounds like, it's almost like going to therapy. You go in and tell people what's worrying you, why you're feeling sad, blah blah blah, and then they can prescribe you exactly what you need that will make you be happier in your life. Like maybe you need to get a dog, something like that. But then I think a twist comes when this woman's son can't like find anything that makes him happy, and so she feels torn of like this is her job. She feels like she should be able to fix it. And then I also think that maybe her boss and the whole system is kind of corrupt, and she starts to realize it. I might be hyping this book up way more than like what it actually is, because this has like a 3.47 average review rating on Goodreads, which is pretty low. I don't know, I don't really see how I could go wrong. I think it sounds really interesting. Lastly, we're getting into the romances. Let's go ahead and start with the one that I think is more almost like literary fiction. Oh, did you see me throw that? Normal People by Sally Rooney. I know I'm gonna love this book. I love things that are boring. I love things that are slice of life, and that's how I see this book described everywhere. I think that it's so polarizing. People love this book and it goes immediately on their all-time favorites list, or they're just like, I do not understand the hype. I already know I'm gonna love it. This is such a short book. I might knock it out this weekend. It's less than 300 pages, and I really want to watch the miniseries on Hulu. I hope it's on Hulu. That's like the only thing I have. So after I finish this, then I will watch the series. Maybe I'll do a whole vlog about it. We'll see. And then the last three books are all cute contemporary romances. We have Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. I just read Get a Life, Chloe Brown last week for Romance-a-thon, and I had this pre-ordered. I love the cover, and I actually have to say I don't know what this one is about, except for it follows Danny, who is Chloe's sister from the other book, and this is going to be a 3-book series following each of the Brown sisters and their personal lives. These go much deeper than just being like romances. I think that these characters are really fleshed out, and I really like how they're all 3 sisters, but Hibbert did such a good job in at least the book that I read already of really distinguishing them from one another, but also you can tell that they're from the same family and that they do like love and support each other. I'm really excited for Danny's story, just because like the little bit that I got from her in Get a Life, Chloe Brown, she was so sassy and independent, and I really want to see what she's like in a relationship. I do think that this one has the fake dating trope, which I have to say is not my favorite, but if it's done well, then I think I will enjoy it. Next is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I've been saying that I'm gonna read this book for like a year now, but it's finally summer, it's July, and I think that the tropical vibes in this book are finally gonna feel appropriate for me. This is Enemies to Lovers, which is my favorite romance trope. I have read a few other books by the author duo Christina Lauren, and I really like them, so I hope that I'm not disappointed by this. I know a lot of my friends on here have mentioned that this one was pretty disappointing for them, so I'm trying to lower my expectations. So let me explain what it's about. Basically, there is a wedding, and 2 people from the wedding party, Olive and Ethan, are the only people who do not get sick from food poisoning at the wedding's reception. So they take the bride and groom's honeymoon. So at first I was thinking this was gonna be like fake dating, but the back has reassured me that it is gonna be enemies to lovers. These 2 seem to hate each other. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but like I am so invested when just 2 people just hate each other so much and then they're forced to be together. Like that's really funny to me, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Also, shout out to the cover. I love the cover and the spine here. It's just so summery, so fun. And last but not least is The Right Swipe by Alicia Rye. This is another one that the cover I just love, and I love the spine too. This one sounds really, really good. Our main character here creates a dating app, and then when she goes on it, she meets this guy who's awesome, and then I think he ghosts her. I've heard that the main character here is fierce and successful and independent, but yet she's still soft on the inside, and that always gets to me in a character. So I think that I'm really gonna enjoy this one too. Obviously, I picked a lot of books that I think I'm gonna have a fun time getting through this month, and books that I think are gonna be pretty page turning. That's what I really want in a summer read. I'm already so busy, so when I sit down to read, I want it to be a book that's gonna hold my interest and that I'm completely invested in. I'm gonna stop talking, I've gotta go to work now, but thank y'all so much for watching. I'm going to start, I swear I'm gonna start doing reading vlogs this time. I say that at the end of every video and then just proceed to post a wrap-up video. So this time we're doing vlogs. We'll see how it goes. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to. Lenny wants to say hi, or bye, I guess. Tell him bye. All right, see you guys later. Bye.